Most videographers don't lose retainers because their videos are bad. They lose it because they don't have a strategy behind it. And in this video, I'm gonna break down this strategy here and how you can implement it to your video agency. So first, before we jump into this, I want to address one of the key kind of problems that comes up. And I've seen this throughout the years when it comes to growing any business, is if you want to attract customers, your customers aren't actually buying the service you're selling. They're buying the outcome that your service provides. Now, if you're a videographer who's just providing video as the service, as the tool, as the thing that you sell, you're always going to stuck like fighting on price, competing with other competitors, and you're never going to be able to stand out in the market. But there's a new breed of videographers, which we call video agencies, who know how to position themselves better and know how to get clients on retainers that stay with them for not just a couple of days, a couple of shoots, they stay with them for years. It's because they're using this strategy. So how this strategy works, on the outside, there's 3 core pillars. The first pillar, what we have, is what we call the strategy pillar. So strategy. The second pillar is the production pillar of our offer. And the third pillar is the activation pillar. Now, when we have all 3 of these pillars aligned, this is when you're gonna get clients who stay with you for more than just one shoot. They're gonna work with you for months, they're gonna refer you people, and they're also gonna get awesome results. Because at the end of the day, people are coming to you because they wanna buy a video to get some sort of outcome. And the outcome, again, is not just getting a video film. If you are still just filming weddings and you're doing event photography, sure, that's what they're coming for. They just want that film. But they're going to choose the cheapest person. And at the end of the day, do you want to be undercharging yourself, or do you want to be earning premium dollars, be able to provide for your family, to be able to make more money, to be able to live the life that you want to have? Probably that one, right? So to get there, we need to have what we call retainers inside your business. So within these 3 pillars, there are some subcategories that we need to get right. And I want to break down each one of these in a bit of an overview. I'll have another video breaking down each one of these specifically into a bit more detail, but I want to give you an overview of how this works, because having all 3 of these together is actually what makes you have a video agency that can scale to 30 to 50K to even 100K plus per month in the next couple of years, if that's your goal. So first of all, strategy. What is strategy and what does it actually mean for your clients? Now, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of videographers and clients before they come and work with us have, is I think strategy is just coming up with like a shot list. Strategy is not that. Strategy is understanding what is the outcome that your customer is wanting to achieve. Now, under strategy, there's 3 core things that we look at. The first thing is going to be the target avatar of your customer. So your client that you're working with, what is their dream customer that they want to attract to their business? Do they want to sell more of their products? Do they want to sell more of their services? And my cat is coming in the background and joining us. Do you want to join us in this video? We're going to pause for a minute. My cat was coming in the background and deciding to meow. I think he wants some food. Is that what you want? Yes. This one doesn't usually feature in a lot of our videos, but he's decided today to join us. Anyway, jump down. I'll give you some food afterwards, okay? Come on, down. So again, back to this. Target audience is the first thing that you need to get really clear. What products or services their customer want to buy? The second part of that is the message, which is, well, what message do we need to convey through the videos? So I always recommend looking at a 90-day marketing campaign with any client that you work with. So a retainer would be, focusing on one core campaign every quarter. And for some businesses, you might be focusing on a couple of campaigns, depends how big they are. But in most small businesses, local businesses, brands, they really need to focus on one core thing at a time, in my opinion. So having a core message for what they're wanting to put out there, what belief they're trying to shift in the market, what's the dream avatar thinking about, what is the things that they need to hear in video for them to make a decision to ultimately work with your customer, right? Really important. These 2 things here really happen in the first kind of 7 to 14 days working with any client. You might be doing something like this already, getting clear on their avatar, what are their pain points, what's the messaging they need to put in. But what I see most of clients before they start working with us and they start to understand this is they actually just come up with random content ideas to speak to someone, but they don't come up with a core message to put through the content to generate customers. And ultimately, when you're creating video content for any brand, their goal is to generate revenue, grow their brand, build their, tell their story, get their message out there. Like, there's some sort of core message they want to put through, and really important to get these 2 things right. The third part here, and this is something that I think is super, super important, especially when it comes to actually generating revenue, is know what your client's offer is going to be. If they have 5 different offers, or they just want to get more business, getting more business to multiple offers is really hard to do through a campaign, especially if you're working with a client on a 3 to 5K per month retainer. Try to market multiple products through that kind of service. You just don't have enough time and enough revenue to put into paid marketing to get those products out there. So focusing on one core offering that they want to sell. I usually recommend working with service-based businesses anyway. Working with e-com businesses, it's a little bit harder and you got more just content output. Not saying you can't work with them on a retainer, you can apply the same thing. But I like to work with local businesses because they usually need to get more clients, book an appointments, get appraisals. If it's builders, it's get more quotes or win more jobs. You got to understand what their offer is. And usually their offer is what's going to dictate a lot of the success of the video marketing campaign, because that really does drive what types of videos you create. Because going and saying, we're just going to create you short form content, long form content, and just show off all your work is not good enough. That is not strategy. That is just hoping that the content you create for them goes viral, right? So these three things here under strategy, in my opinion, are some of the most important things to start with any client. And if you're not doing these right now, this can really dictate how long the client's going to stay with you. Because if you don't provide strategy that's detailed like this and actually gets really clear on their customer, gets clear on the core message they want to put out there, and gets clear on the product that they want to sell, your video campaign is already set up to fail. If you're not doing these right now, pause this video and start implementing this one of your clients right now, right? This is really, 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 really important. So moving on from strategy, once you've got the strategy clear, you understand what you're going to be creating from, the second pillar is really what type of content or styles of content they need to be having in place in their business. Now, the way I look at this is if you think of a marketing funnel, right? We've got top of funnel, it's going to put T, we've got middle, and then we've got bottom, right? There's really three layers of a marketing funnel. Short form is usually at the top of the funnel, long form is usually the middle, and core campaign assets usually sit at the bottom here. So what usually sits here is a VSL letter or like a brand video or like case studies, right? In the long form here, it's usually like education. Case studies sit here as well, like testimonials. It's a little bit longer, right? And then short form is like more like, okay, tip videos, IG content. Like this is what usually sits here. And again, this is just kind of breaking down the production side of things, because if you can have all three of these within a retainer, again, you don't have to do all three of these, but this is what I found to work the best. If you have a combination of all these or have a strategy behind it, your long form, short form, and core campaign assets really builds this marketing strategy system that a client can get results. Because if they don't have a VSL or a video on their landing page, a VSL is a video sales letter, if you don't know it, we've got another video on our channel explaining it. If you don't have these core assets set up for them, or they don't have them, it's gonna, you're gonna drive a lot of traffic to basically nowhere. And I know after reviewing hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of websites and campaigns for my clients, and also running my own ads for clients, is that when we look at their website or their core content assets, if they don't have them in place, usually that's the thing that falls apart, right? So you can do a lot of long form, you can do a lot of short form, but they've got nowhere to direct the traffic to, and there's no assets that actually convert those traffic, those viewers, those eyeballs that they're getting into sales. You're missing out, right? And this is where just even adding a core sales video or explainer video or whatever it is on their website, whatever they're selling, helps a lot with conversions. The thing though, and this is why I emphasize that these here are not really retainer assets, they're more campaign assets, is you don't consistently create a brand story video every single month, right? And this is where really the retainer content, when you're thinking about it, is these top two pillars, which is short form and long form. That's where a lot of the retainer work is actually going to be. And again, depending on what you put together, we have clients who do different types of retainer packages. Not everything is the same. It can be different. Also comes down to what the client is that you're working with. But having a combination of long form and short form content on a consistent basis is generally what a video retainer would be, right? Now, just having these two pillars, number one and number two here, is going to get you so much more success for your clients and get them better results. But there's one part that's missing, and this last part's actually the thing that I believe is what keeps them staying on board and helps them stay for more than just a couple of weeks and a couple of months, and actually helps them turn the videos that you're creating for them into result-driven assets. And my cat has joined us again. I don't think he understands that he needs to spend a little bit of time by himself before he gets some food. It's not even food time. I think he just want to go outside. We'll have to let him out before I film the next video. So jumping into the third one, activation. Activation has three core things in it. Now, when I talk about activations, we talk about how do we activate the people who are watching the content? What are the channels, or what are the pathways that we activate? And the first one that I see as the core thing that you need to have in place is obviously organic, right? This is posting the content for them. Now, if you're not posting the content for them or have some sort of control over the organic approach first, this is where you miss out on stickiness. And stickiness, I have a whole nother video on my YouTube channel that goes into this really in depth. Stickiness is all about the stickiness within inside the product. Now, the more sticky it is, the longer they stay, the more they're going to spend with you. And what I mean by stickiness is this, love to use this analogy, which I learned from a guy called Dan Kennedy, which is you want to become the electricity bill within inside your client's business with your marketing agency. Now, if you're just doing videos, you're really just that nice to have feature. You're not the need to have. A need to have is that electricity bill where people want to work with you consistently because you help them keep the lights on. You are the marketing engine. You're the system that is helping them get the revenue, helping them get new team members, helping them grow the brand, expand, and they want to partner with you, right? And a really good way to really think about this is to move away from just a service provider into a partner, partnering with them. And this is where this third pillar activation, the more you can take over where the content is going and getting more eyeballs on it, and you control that yourself, not another marketing agency and handling off, the more this client is going to spend with you. They're going to get better results. You're also going to see what's working, what's not. And I remember my very first client I ever worked with in video production space. Very fortunate she let me do this. I remember started out, we did the strategy, and I remember going to her and saying, hey, what do you want to do? And she said, I don't know, you guys are the video experts. So I started learning strategy, and then I started filming the videos. The videos are great, and then I got to this last part, which is the third pillar and why I do this and why I'd recommend this. Is she said to me, okay, I haven't posted last month's content. Do I just use them this month and we just pause the retainer? And I went to my business partner at the time. I said, dude, we can't pause this. This business model isn't working. We're gonna have to keep pausing it because the person isn't posting it. And the reason she wasn't posting it, she just didn't have time, right? And she did have a VA that could help her. And again, you might be thinking, well, I don't want to post the content for them. It's just more work that I need to do. In today's world, we need to control these assets. We need to control where they go, because I don't know if you've had this before. You've given a client a video and they've never posted it. I'm guilty of. My video editor can say this. There's been videos I have not posted online because I'm like, oh, my head didn't look good in that day and I didn't post it. What that ends up doing is stopping them from getting results, but also stops them from working longer with you, because if they don't see results, they're not going to pay you, not going to stay with you, they're also not going to refer you, right? So it's really important. It's not just about posting the content just because, it's also helping the client see the value within what you're providing. And on the caveat to this is, if you have more control, you get to see the analytics, you get to see the feedback, the loops, you get to gather the case studies to see the results they're receiving, and you can have your finger on the pulse more. So it's really important. The second part of this, and again, these things here, I'm giving you recommendations. You don't have to have all of these in place, but if you want to have a rock solid offer that people want to stay with you, work with you, and not churn, and they'll spend a lot of money with you and stay with you for years, this is the things that we've found to work the best. Paid advertisement. Combining organic and paid is what I like to call it's like a hybrid marketing system. You do the organic, but you do the paid. Organic's great, but most businesses you work with don't have a following, and they're not going to go viral. And they don't need to go viral to get results, but they need the videos to be seen by the right people. So if you spend all this time creating these video assets and then they organically post it and it gets 100 views, does that mean the video sucks? In most cases, it doesn't. It just means the video didn't get seen by enough people. So putting some some money behind it and just spending some money to get the video seen by more people and doing some lead generation campaigns can help a lot. I do this all the time in my own marketing, and we do organic, we do paid, and I've seen if you can combine both of them, it's where you can get those organic videos getting seen by more people, and it's really powerful. Again, we go a lot deeper on this on a couple of other YouTube channel videos, but just even adding paid ads to your service can get that client to stay with you and has a lot more stickiness. The third one I like to call conversion pathways, and this one is a little bit more advanced, but if you can help or have someone who can do this for the client, this is where the client's guaranteed to get results. And the conversion pathway is essentially combining paid marketing, organic marketing, but giving the content somewhere to go. So it's creating a conversion pathway. And the conversion pathway essentially can be a landing page, it can be the Facebook ad that you're running, it's the sales process behind it. And what some of our clients do is they actually bolt on a GHL, which is Go High Level Build, to this. And this is where they sell a done-for-you marketing package alongside it. And I've sold a couple of these over the years to clients, specifically for my video agency, where we do the video assets for them, we create the VSL, we create the case studies, and then we build the landing page for them, we run ads for it, right? This can be a really cool offer because a lot of clients really do need this service, and most of the times their websites are shit and they don't convert. So if you can control that part and all the rest of it, you have a retainer that people are going to stay with you for years to come. So breaking that down. Strategy, production, activation. These are the three core pillars. If you found this video helpful, we have a ton more videos just like this on our YouTube channel. If you haven't hit that subscribe button just yet, let me know. Just hit that subscribe button. And if you got value from this video, I'd love to know in the comments any key takeaways, share them down below. And hey, if you're thinking about working, there's some links in this video, or reach out to me on Instagram. We can have a chat to see if or not we can help you.